and Elevation Radio.
Oh, yeah. This is the day the Lord has made. This is Elevation Radio 1, and I'm your host, Pastor Steve, the Music Man Turner, and we thank you for taking the journey with us. This is the program that spotlights positive people doing positive work while serving a positive God whose name is Jesus. And the whole earth should be shouting right now. Listen, our subject matter today is the urban media movement. I said it, the urban media movement. Is this God's new delivery system? Wow. Is God doing a new thing? Somebody shouting already. As fast as innovations come, they are outdated. Can we keep up with the demands of technology? That's another question here. Does engineering, science, and the gospel move in compatibility? We will ask a local expert on media ministry. When I say his name, there should be applause. Phones lines should light up. His name is Sir Jerry Royce, CEO of Positive Power 21 at DMV Media Giant, revolutionizing the way God's word is seen, heard, and listened to on media platforms. And so grab a pen and a piece of paper and let Professor Royce take you to school. But before we do that, we must visit the Queen. Somebody say the Queen. Yeah, we got to go to the verse to rehearse. Come on, Queen, my lovely wife.
Yes, I will set no wicked thing before my eyes. I hate the work of them that turn aside. It shall not cleave to me.
Interesting. Okay, I like that. And it also goes a little further and says, I actually hate what faithless people do. I will have no part in it. Psalms 101, verse 3, written by King David. My goodness. And so he says, I will have no part in it. He says, I will not look at with approval. So sometimes we look at media, we look at some crazy stuff on TV nowadays. We got another caller here. All right, caller, welcome to the program. Who might this be?
Good evening. This is Leroy McKenzie Jr. How you all doing?
Oh my God, I'm so sorry, King Jerry Royce. We have the extra VIP co-host for this time, and that is Professor Leroy McKenzie Jr. Say hello to Baltimore and beyond, sir.
Absolutely. Good
okay.
Afternoon, late afternoon, early evening to everybody.
Okay. Well, thank you, sir. We are actually in the midst of this situation where King David on Psalms 101, verse 3, says that he will not look for anything that's evil. And in media, we can see on TV all kinds of evil, vile commercials, movies, and all kinds of nonsense. I can even say that I don't know if I start off in trouble, but I get tired of seeing commercials advertising homosexuality with grown men kissing, and it's vile. But thank God. Somebody say thank God that we can actually talk to a media giant who produces and promotes God's word in clean Christian media. And it's none other than, clap your hands as he comes to the stage. Come on, clap your hands for Jerry Royce, CEO of Positive Power 20. I said, clap your hands. That's what I said. Then I followed the rest.
Clap your hands, everybody. Clap your hands. What's up, family?
Okay.
Thank you so much, man. It's an honor to be
My
here
goodness.
on Elevation Radio, #1 in Baltimore.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Listen, who is Jerry Royce, CEO of PositivePower21.org?
Oh, man. Well, first of all, everybody, they call me the Batman for short. Just a man that wear many hats. Family, God first, family second, business third. And I'm always thinking how I can serve God's people and at the next level, whatever they're doing. Because you man, I always try to, I'm not a show off guy. I just like to try to do things the best that it could possibly be done. I look at everything at a real high professional level. So I'm a guy that really cares about our people because that's how I got started in business, with our people. And of course, we expanded in so many parts of media. My dad, actually goes back to my great-great-grandfather who was a landowner. And I don't know if you guys have seen some of the stuff that's on Netflix where you see a lot of our African-American brothers losing their land, in the South due to, especially now because they need timber in order to meet the demands of, our paper shortage and stuff. So anyway, make it long story short about me, a long line of entrepreneurs. Like I said, my great-grandfather, my grandfather, my dad passed it to me. Then I passed it to my oldest son, and even my daughter is very successful in her business. And my youngest son, he works with me, and we actually looking at moving him into his own business as we move closely into this new ministry that we have going on Comcast and the Earth Channel. And so I'll talk a little bit about that as we move into our conversation. But basically, man, I want to serve people in media. That's my goal. And of course, when you trying to move products or services, the more people that hear you and see you, the better opportunities you have to be successful in business. And that's what we're all about, man. Reaching television and radio. Amen.
That's definitely an amen. We do have some media folks. That is, I believe I've said it before, but it's come to life that people can't bless what they can't see or hear. And if you have a lot of talent and a lot of skills, and a lot of visions, and you just sit on it and don't do nothing with it, don't put it out, these are the gentlemen here that can help you get it out, and the Queen will bless it. So let me say here, but your roots are very humble, although you come from a genetic line of geniuses. I understand you went to one of the best high schools on the planet.
That's right, man. Polytechnic Institute. They made us who we are today, man. And you know it, man.
Yes.
Oof, man, that was a hard school. That school was hard to college. It was tougher than college.
It was college preparatory, yeah. But I'm not sure. Hold on a second. Over here on the right-hand side of the line of geniuses here. What school did you go to, Dr. McKenzie?
I went to the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. Hawk for life, thank you very much. And I went
we're not talking about that.
I went to Patterson Senior High School, which is the Patterson High School. Best high school in the city. Thank you very much.
Okay, well, God bless you. Okay. All right. Got to give his props in there.
Take that, you college people.
Oh, well, all I can say is you don't have the legacy, the dynasty, the ecstasy of what we were dealing with there with
Absolutely.
our college prep schools. Okay. Yeah.
Definitely one of the best schools here in the city. Poly is definitely that. I can't take that away from y'all at all.
Look at the fruit it has yielded. Like my guest, Jerry Royce. Thank you, media mogul.
Thanks, sir. It's funny you bring it up, man. It's funny you bring it up. My mom was talking to me I think it was yesterday about when I won the science fair at Poly and went on to Johns Hopkins to compete in the state. And I said, you know what, Mom, I just ran across the certificate of that science fair that I won first place at Poly. So she said, why don't you show it to the kids? So I pulled it out, man, and took it upstairs and put it in the kitchen so they could observe it and check it out, And I was like, wow, it was something to be proud of.
Yeah. And what you're telling them is this is your marker. You gotta do as good or better than me. That's how you promote goals and objectives. That's what a winner does. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I like that. Listen, if you have always wanted to know what do I put in my music video, what do I do in my recording, how can I get started writing a book? My goodness, what should I put in my documentary? You need to get off the couch now. Get off the chair. Get off the table. get from under in the man's den and get to the phone and dial 1-914-205-5353 so you can get a piece of this wisdom here almost for free. And that's incredible. Because Dr. McKenzie charges for everything he does when it comes to books. So I understand you were at a writers' conference today. Is that right, Dr. McKenzie?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. It was the National Christian Writers Conference that was today. It was phenomenal. There were some dynamic speakers, some great knowledge, information, and resources that were shared. It was certainly one of those what I call be in the room events. We weren't physically in a room, but we were virtually in a room, and it was outstanding. It was outstanding.
Fantastic. Yeah, he plays up in the lights, Jerry. He's always in the red carpet setting, VIP-ish, carte blanche. He comes in the back door and the front door with his entourage. I'm never included in that entourage, but it's okay. 1-914-205-5353. And King Jerry, well, how many podcasts do you have, sir? In your left hand, anyway.
Wow. I never try to count on that, man. I'm just trying to do what I could do. But to put a number on it, we average around 3 live podcasts per day, which I think Thursday has 4 podcasts. So it's Monday through Thursday, and we also work with another independent station coming out of St. Louis, Relations Radio. So we carry her podcast. I think she may have about 15, 20 podcasts. So they live every day, those guys. And I was working with a hair expert. This guy's like a Mongol up in New York. He does a morning show for us. So mostly everything is on demand, but what we don't run live, we run it on demand. But you can catch those shows live first thing in the morning starting at 6 a.m. That's right. You can catch all of our previously recorded programming right here on Positive Power. 24 hours, no matter what time you're up. Get your podcast. Amen.
Wow. Even if you are an insomniac like my wife, the Queen, who likes to watch her late night shows. I got you. Okay, that's fantastic. Let's see here. So you've also got TV shows. How many TV shows have you done, or do you have on stable? Do you have on layaway? How many?
Man. TV has been phenomenal. We actually produced 6 television shows. We dropped one and added another one. So, we're moving into children television ministry using puppets and some of the talent that I've been working, with a lot of Grammy and Emmy award-winning artists and actors, that's in music and movies. People do both now. They not only do music, but they do movie and TV. So they're going to be working with us really, really closely once we get past this pandemic situation. So we're going to be shooting some brand. But we're going to be shooting the shows real soon without those people. But 6 television shows airing in Atlanta, Georgia, but you can catch them all live on the Earth Channel. So you can go to my page and you can pick that up, because the Earth Channel runs a lot of channels through the government, so it's hard to find them. So you have to actually go out to my my Facebook page in order to catch those shows. Unless you're living in Georgia and you got Comcast channel 25.
Well, I'm sure that Dr. McKenzie, who has Learjets and multifaceted homes, probably has a residence in Atlanta, a secret residence. And because he secretly works for the government, he can probably get those channels that other people can't get. Have you considered him as a puppet cartoon character? It'd be pretty phenomenal.
And now, children, this is the world of Dr. Leroy McKenzie. Junior.
I ain't even going to say nothing. I'm not even going to say nothing, Jerry.
What do you say, Leroy? The Queen. What do you think about it?
You know him long enough you have to stand on guard, man. You never know he's going to pop one off on you.
I could see that, little black character with bald head and speckled glasses and the white dress shirt and tie flapping in the wind and a white lab coat.
Hi, I'm Dr. McKenzie. Junior.
Yeah, we let it. Come on, man. Just get one, man. Get one out.
Yeah, come on.
No, that's what, let me. I do want to ask you this, Brother Jerry, about that. About the publisher. Now, if somebody had something similar, it doesn't necessarily, wouldn't necessarily be a puppet show, but let's say someone had a character doll, almost like a cartoonish type thing. Is that something that would be considered?
Yeah, man. The funny thing about puppetry, it could be anything, man. I watched a guy on TEDx do an awesome presentation with women's shoes. 2 shoes communicating. And it was a phenomenal. It's all about, the acting and how you deliver the message. It doesn't matter if it's a shoe or a pencil. How many of us used to play with stick men? And they used to fight, do kung fu. That's entertainment nowadays, Because, of course, kids are not as creative as we were because we didn't have video games, so we didn't have anything occupying our time for hours. We just sit around trying to figure out what else can we do to occupy our mind.
Absolutely.
Playing skelly or riding our bikes or skating or sporting or playing neighborhood, stickball or something. We were in the home trying to figure out what we're going to do with all this time we got,
Yeah.
So that's all we're doing.
Definitely.
Bring it back to life.
Sometimes too much time will get you in trouble. I got in trouble with too much time. But this is pretty fantastic. Well, there's hope for you, Dr. McKenzie, I tell you, and not just in books, but also in clay animation. Can you imagine?
No, because I have a friend of mine, and he has a character. It's called Reggie the Lion. He actually has a prototype, but and he also has he also has a children's book that went along with the character and the doll. It's an actual lion. But he calls Reggie the Lion, and he does positive affirmations. But I know one of the things I believe he had talked about doing was like a cartoon with that character for children, which I thought would be a great idea. So that might be something that he could talk to you about to kind of see, I guess, what they would need, what he would need to do in order to be able to make that animation and everything.
So for that,
because I know animation can be pretty expensive. I've been getting some quotes from some guys online, but I know there are students, looking to do some work and get some credits for their portfolio. So, come send them my way, man. We got some great minds that just graduated, out of HBCU. They can email me at jerryroyce@gmail.com because I know everybody on different time zones, so I don't want my phone ringing 3 in the morning. So hit me up, jerryroyce@gmail.com, or you can message me in Messenger. That's the best way to hit me up. And Jerry Royce Live is my handle on Twitter, Facebook, and Messenger. Amen.
Okay, amen. This is really fantastic. Now, I'm sure somebody's probably saying, I wish those 2 co-hosts would stop talking so we could hear and ask these questions of what do you put into your music video? What does it take? How long does it take? What should you do? And all that kind of stuff. How does it work?
You talking as far as artists that are producing Christian and gospel?
I'm a new artist. I don't know anything about. I have no music video, and I heard this radio program, so I'm calling you. I'm mentioning it. I heard on Elevation Radio 1, and so take me from step 1. What does the artist do from step 1 to completion?
Well, the best thing to do is if you see a music video that's on my Facebook page and you really, really like it, you may want to see if you can get in contact with the artist and find out who that director was or producer of that video. And if they're not local or close enough for you, just hit up some of your communication colleges. You have a lot of students, man, who are looking for work. These guys are very reasonable. You probably can get them in, and a wardrobe person for like $300 probably, because videos like my company, we don't do deals less than $3,000 because we bring a team in, we know what we want it to look like, so that's why I really don't get into producing music videos myself, but we will be doing them with the puppets because one of the puppets is actually going to be an artist. It's going to be a rap artist, and we're going to use him to produce positive music for the young people. So that's like one of the things on the cutting board right now. So we actually working with a Southern record label, man. And shout out to Beyond the Fence. They actually gonna be producing the music, and also be working with a Emmy Award winning artist. Used to play for Larry Blackman, Cameo, and also Freddie Jackson. He's producing music that's designed for children as well in his music videos. So you're gonna see a lot of him. We're also gonna be working with one of Ezekiel Walker's bass player. He actually produced a song for children. That's gonna be so that's what we looking for. So yeah, so that's what Dwayne got. So that's exactly what we're looking for. Our artists who's interested in crossing over or switching up just a little bit on that genre and start targeting the young people. Because let's face it, man, we don't really have that much emphasis on the young people because a lot of the people that's doing what they're doing is about self right now. To be frank, I was too. You know, of course you got to build your own fame before people can see you and see if they want to collaborate with you. So sometimes you have to bring self out first. But now we're in a position now we have to start thinking about our young people because they're so exposed to adult material so easily. You know, you got a device in your hand, you can pull up anything nowadays, especially with Instagram. I mean, it's nothing to the imagination left on Instagram. So, you know, now young people can see all these Instagram models becoming millionaires and rich. You know, Instagram and YouTube making a lot of African Americans rich right now. And, of course, we're going to see more and more of their products and whatever they're doing. So we have to start doing programming for the kids ourselves, man. So we got to take responsibility. So Positive Power has decided to take control of that, get it going, so other people can say, hey, it's a lot of money made in children ministry, you know, as far as like developing toys and clothing, shoes. It's so much room for people to jump right into that platform. I know a friend of mine say, you know, but Sesame Street got that area dominated. Yeah, but that didn't stop Lego. That didn't stop Barbie.
Hasbro.
Yeah, Joe, and all these other, you know, companies that produce children material and do really well, you know.
Yeah.
So,
what are the other names of some of those children's companies, Dr. McKenzie? You know about them, don't you? Because I'm sure you play with toys, right?
I ain't even going.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna take too much more of this abuse. You know what I'm saying? So, I know you on the radio.
Well, watch
you're
it.
on the radio.
Well, watch it, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, well,
right.
I mean, like, first of all, this is my show. We ain't afraid of you, right, Queen? Right, Queen?
Remember, I got people in high places.
Where's
I
my
got
backup?
people in high places.
Don't tell me the Queen let me down. Queen.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Let Dr. McKenzie know that you're not going to take nobody and talk about your husband. Let him know.
We love you, Mr. McKenzie.
Oh, Lord. She let me move on here.
I got people in high places. So
listen, if anybody wants to help the Music Man out, can call me at 1-914. It's a mutiny. 205-535-1914, 205-535-5353. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like, reminds me of where the Governor Hogan says you can go back and part one, live your lives normally. I decree it. And then your mayor, Dr. McKenzie, says, I want to protect people's lives, and so I'm keeping the order in place. I'm like, well, you're going to protect people's lives after almost 300 murders every year? You didn't do it. As city council president, as a mayor, you didn't do a thing, but now, all of a sudden, we matter. Oh, it's election year. Let me move on so I can keep out of trouble here. So, how many folks are listening to us right now on your positivepower21.org network for this program, Elevation Radio 1, sir?
Good question, brother.
Good answer.
Well, that's right. Well, you know, all our programs are designed for people looking for empowerment, inspiration, and of course they want to understand a little bit about the spirituality. A lot of people look at all of this as a religion, but it's really about what's inside of you. So our program is very attractive to those abroad, that's overseas. They've been really attracted to Christianity for a long time, especially the Africans, for one. a lot of our African brothers show a lot of wealth from Christianity here in the U.S. So their brothers and sisters envy them. So those are now switching over their religion from the other religions that they were following since they were youngsters, and now they have the choice to choose Christianity. Our numbers have really skyrocketed in places like Pakistan and Austria, Australia, Germany. And it's always been big numbers coming out of Canada. Because one, the Canadians love gospel music, and we find a lot of the artists were being doing tours in Canada because it don't take that long to get there. And especially in the Caribbean islands, we have a lot of our shows that are actually downloaded from your actual channel. I leave our channels open. A lot of the relationships we have with a lot of our radio angels have been established more than 6 years ago. So anytime a radio station CEO contact me and say, hey, I really like your programming, what is it going to take for me to get it? I said, nothing. Just go to, the shows you like, just download them. Or if you want to stream it, I send them our stream, because the stream never changes. So we have like really monster numbers, and the television shows really help those numbers even more, because our stations that we promote in Georgia, they have over a few million subscribers, in Georgia alone, not counting, because we do air in northern Chicago, and we air in Mississippi. So we have like real monster numbers when it comes to our radio programming, especially because, like I said, the stream never changes, and I give them free will at the podcast. So like I said, sometimes you see over 500 downloads a month just from the podcast downloads, meaning that those radio to program the shows anytime they want. They don't have to in our time zone.
Are you saying that Elevation Radio 1 is downloaded 500 times in a month?
Not your show. I'm talking about the station per month.
Wait a minute. What's wrong with my show?
Yeah, this is from the radio affiliate. This is not just from the consumers. The consumers, okay. One thing I like about the platform we're on, people can actually still surf their social media accounts while they still listen to the show, which is kind of difficult on some platforms. But on ours, when you go on Spreaker Podcast, you can still hear, and even Spotify, because Spotify is one of our big carriers too, and iHeartRadio. You have so many subscribers, Spotify and Apple. So a lot of people pull me up on the street and say, yeah, man, I listen to your stuff, and they show it to me right on their phone. Apple Podcast. I said, wow.
Positive power.
So,
positive.
Yeah, walking in places and people say, hey, I know who you are, what you like. I listen to your shows all the time. They'll never say specifically to me. I don't know whether they talking about my show, because, my show comes on twice a week, or they talking about, the other individuals. But, I look at all the shows being my show.
What's the name of your
Late
show?
Night with Jerry. Late Night with Jerry was live. Monday night and Thursday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch Shay Samuels and Paula G. and Kelly Holland. Kelly comes out of Baltimore, and Shay and Paula is broadcasting out of Atlanta.
You didn't say Paula G. Not the famous Paula G.
The famous Paula. I know, man. Sometimes it's unbelievable that I am friends with this lady. It's starting to get a little harder for me to get her on the phone like I used to. Get just call and she pick up. Now it's hard to get Paula on the phone. Even getting messages. Paula gets so many tags. She can't catch them all. And apologies to all the people who have embraced Paula G, because it has been remarkable how her stardom is where it is today, man. I'm telling you, bro. Being on a Christian television station, a lot of times people say, people who listen to the Christian television stations are people who live in bloom and gloom lives. That's not true. These are people who are supporting, because WATC, they also host a lot of up-and-coming independent gospel artists that are really, really good. Not necessarily always on the chart, but they're really, really good. So a lot of people see Paula on that show, because Paula is also part of WATC prayer line, so you can catch her there once or twice a month. So we're so blessed, man, to have Paula.
Paula G.
Still working with her. Yeah, Paula G. Still working with Positive Vibe.
She's huge. I was allowed to be on her program. She was actually on this program the day I got out of the hospital last year.
Yeah, remember that.
Yeah, she fussed me out.
Yeah.
But it's okay. But she's
and that's Stephen, that's the kind of thing that television can do to people, man. Is television can really lift you up a lot quicker to a large amount of people at one time. This thing, her one show airs, but she airs on Thursdays at 11:30 Eastern Standard Time, right? That thing is going out to Hulu, Roku, Truly, Jenico. Faith-based television is one of the largest internet television stations in the world. That's faith-based. They carry all of the major religious programming. I mean, all religions, not just Christianity, but Buddhists. Name it. Buddhists. Yeah, all of them. And it's the largest. So she's actually streaming on that platform. And you can, if you elect to sign up to Jenico Faith TV, you can also DVR the shows that you have missed, which is phenomenal technology for internet. I mean, where have you seen that you can DVR internet programming on your phone? That's incredible.
Only cutting edge situations only occur with positivepower21.org. You need to get it. Listen, I understand that Professor Leroy McKenzie Jr. is the co-host of the CAOT, Christian Authors on Tour, which the TV show is being relaunched. He didn't tell me that, but I found out anyway. Yeah, and so he's the co-host of that. Do you want to talk about it, sir?
Okay.
Is he asleep?
No, I had it on mute. I don't make sure that there's no background.
He's back there drinking a cup of ice. I heard you. Go ahead, sir.
Why are you talking? No, go ahead.
No, I asked you a question. You see what I go through, Jerry? Let me slow down the program. Let me ask you again. Let me take more time to ask you again. I know that Dr. Lynn Pender, the CEO of Christian Authors on Tour, is relaunching her TV show out there in Lanham, and she lists you in the email as being one of her co-hosts. I don't know why she publicly acknowledged you, but she did it. And so my question is, what's going on with it, and how can folks get to be a part of it if they want to be a part of it? Speak, ye co-host.
Well, it's actually let's say relaunching, but it's starting a new season with the Christian Authors on Tour TV show. And what it was last year, we started actually around this time last year, it was June of last year, where we gave the opportunity for authors to be able to come in a live studio for a half an hour, and it was from 9:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. And we would highlight that particular author guest that would come on, and they would be able to talk about their particular project that they had out, that they had either coming out or that was out, or just their ministry and message as a whole that they wanted to talk about, and any other projects or things that they had going on at that particular time. And it gave us it gave a platform to authors that might not ordinarily have a platform to be showcased, which I think is great, because there was nothing there's nothing else out here like that gives Christian authors that kind of platform and that kind of exposure, which was that's nothing but to the credit to God, as I know Lynn would say, but to her being the visionary behind wanting to put something like that back out there. But it's season 2 coming up, starting in July, and they can connect with either me, Pastor Kevin Wayne Johnson, Lynn Pender. All of us are on Facebook, so you can message us through Facebook if you're an author and interested in being a co-host, or also an author an author looking to be able to be a guest on the show as well. Correct.
What's your email or number, sir? I know you got a private line.
Sure. My email address is JNF. That's J is in Jesus, N is in never, F is in fail, enterprises@yahoo.com. they can reach me. Well, I'm gonna do one of Jerry's numbers. Hey, I don't need nobody calling me at 3:00 in the morning. So
well, hold on a second. Let me bring this to order because you can't ride on Jerry's coattail. Jerry and I are married, so that's why we can't. You ain't in a situation like that. So your phone can ring. Don't make the
hey, just because y'all married, that don't mean I want to.
I
don't want to have my
get a
sleep
pot upside
interrupted
your
at
head.
3:00 in the morning too. No, sir. And trust me, Jerry, I totally feel you on that because people have done that where they'll call you. You know, all times of that. You got to go big red on them. My office hours are.
Are you talking about me, sir? I think he's talking
no, not at all.
Slur.
Hey, so I'm just saying. But that's the email address.
He's talking about me.
Yes.
The email address is jnfenterprises@yahoo.com. They can also connect with me through Facebook, Facebook Messenger, Instagram. I'm on there as well. All the social media outlets. Well, I won't say all, but Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can connect with on LinkedIn. You can connect with me through any of those means, and we can get things talked squared away.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Now, King Jerry Royce of PositivePower21.org also does book fairs. He videotaped and put my book fair. I had some publisher named what's his name, Libra McKenzie. Yeah, put 2 books out, The Other Pulpit and Stormproof. And so Jerry came by and brought all his TV cameras and made the event look very pristine and prestigious. And had brought some positive people over from Positive Power. Lakeisha Mosley. And put me on her TV show, which I was being interviewed. And by the time I saw the whole thing, I had music videos. He doped it up. He doctored it up. It was like fantastic. I was thinking to myself, God is good. I felt like preaching for a second. So you can do almost anything because it looked like something off of a major TV. I think folks got jealous of me, thinking I had all this kind of connections and money.
I know.
When I just had favor.
Big time, bro. You look like Bob Johnson on there.
Oh,
excellent job. I mean, if folks are looking for, if they're looking for 5-star media service, Jerry is who you want to connect with. Having any kind of events and stuff like that, he is 5-star, first class, all the way.
Yep, VIP. If you want to go VIP, that's what it is. So even my wife looked at me, the Queen, after the interview and the music video. She was like, I just want you to know that I love you. I was like, oh, okay.
That's right.
So if you want to walk big with big shoes in your house, get Jerry Positive Power to do your music videos, your documentaries, whatever you lay his hands on, it prospers, and you can become king of your house. It's fantastic. I guarantee it. Yeah. I wanted to read something to you, Jerry. Something the Lord picked out that I think would be appropriate for your life here. It says, my big screen comes on here. Okay, it says here, you might like this. It says here, and this is a prayer for Solomon. Give your love of justice to the king, O God, and righteousness to the king's son. Help him judge your people in the right way. Let the poor always be treated fairly. May the mountains yield prosperity for all, and may the hills be fruitful. Help him to defend the poor, to rescue the children of the needy, and to crush their oppressors. May they fear you as long as the sun shines, as long as the moon remains in the sky, yes, forever. May the king's rule be refreshing like spring rain on freshly cut grass, like the showers that water the earth. May all the godly flourish during his reign. May there be abundant prosperity until the moon is no more, and may he reign from sea to sea and from the Euphrates River to the ends of the earth. My goodness, Psalm 72. I'm pronouncing that over you, sir, because you did not know that when you helped me with videos and this radio program, that because I had associated with Dr. Leroy McKenzie, I was drained financially because every time I talk to him, I have to spend money. But you work with me in the section of brokenness that I was in. And I thank you, sir, for doing what you have done. And may God ever bless you today. And he didn't catch that, but I said that whenever I talk to him, I have to end up spending money. Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr.
Consultant. Right, I feel you. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And to touch, and thank you so much for that scripture, man. And just to piggyback off of your topic today when you was talking about, urban, is God's finger on this urban media. And I got to say, I said when God put this, God knows everything that's happening. He knows before it even happens when it's going to happen. And, especially going on through this pandemic, can you imagine what this world would be like right now if we didn't have the internet? People are still able to encourage one another, stay informed, inspired. With people still producing television, as we see. You see a lot of people doing a lot of what television is looking like what we've been doing with Facebook, when everybody was doing Facebook Live. So they doing the same thing. So it's like the world is still communicating through media. And, of course, you have to be careful with too much of a negative thing. So we do need balance. And I feel like when God constructed this internet, because everybody knows the internet was actually built by the military years ago. I think this thing was around since the 60s or 70s, if I'm not mistaken. And I remember it wasn't open to the public. To universities had jumped on it at one time because it's supposed to be 2 internet lines, what I've heard. But anyway, the one we travel on right now, in the superhighway, has built many businesses, have made many millionaires and billionaires, and even today you're finding people are opening up more innovative ideas and able to collaborate more than ever. I mean, especially I have to say I wouldn't have been able to be successful with Positive Power if it wasn't for the collaborations of all these talents. Of course, a lot of the people are my clients as well. But at the same time, we push a very positive platform on the world, and you need that balance. You just can't sit there and keep watching the negative stuff about the coronavirus every day because they're not going to give you all the positive news about it. You got people just walking out 2 days later, even one day after being tested, And so if you're not going to get that news from them. You may get it through social media before you get it through those big studios because the big studios make money off of fear, But at the same time, we're selling fear too because we're saying that if you don't get your life right and get off the drugs and get off the alcohol and stop beating your children, stop beating your wife or stop beating your husband, you're not going to be able to go to heaven. So we're kind of selling fear. It's a fear factor going on there. So when we bring these programming on, you hear a 2-hour programming on a Tuesday night, with women who were survivors of domestic violence, and you're in that position right now. Now you're inspired because it's no end of the road. It's light at the end of the tunnel now. A lot of people don't see that light at the end of the tunnel when you dug in deep. When you stricken with diabetes or hypertension and heart failure, you don't see it. Or if you're living with cancer, you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel because you think you're there by yourself until you start hearing about people who are walking and striving and reaching back, to help others. You say, wait a minute, I could be that person right there. I just heard on the radio, I just saw on TV, and that's what Paula G show's about. She on her shows, man. She's talking to people who have lived that life before, whether it was alcohol, drugs, abuse, losing a child. You would think that people can't go on no more after losing a child. But we've had people on there who are even more successful than they were, years ago during that break. Yeah. So I inspire people.
I got to cut you here. Because we got 60 seconds. 60 seconds left. Dr. McKenzie took up most of the time. I apologize. But we can't go on any longer. But again, give your information out again so people want to get a documentary, a movie, video, recording. What is it?
That's right. You wanna check us out? You can get us at positivepower21.org. My email, everything is out there. Positivepower21.org. Also, you can go to my Facebook page, Jerry Royce Live. Everything happens right there on our Facebook channel, so you can communicate with me very effectively that way. Amen.
And if you want to see Jerry's work, go to our page, The Other Pulpit Life Lessons of a Leader, or Stephen Turner Ministries, and you can see Jerry's work with the Keisha Mosley Show and my book fair book signing right in there. It's pretty awesome. Let's see here. Dr. Kinsey, got any closing words that are brief?
Nope, I'm just going to say it's been an honor, and I appreciate all of the great work that Brother Jerry has done and is doing out here to bring positive media and positive words and messages out to the people.
Okay, that's great. Now it's up to the Queen to take us home. What are those words for my Spanish brothers? I cannot hear you. We cannot hear you.
But Doc, before she come on, man, I just want to say thank you so much for having us on the show with both you and Mr. McKenzie. I appreciate both of you guys, man. We're looking forward to doing a lot of work with you guys in the future. Look out for some of our live studio tapings coming real soon, and we hope to see you guys. Amen.
Well, that's pretty fantastic.
Absolutely.
I don't want to do this, but I thought he might be good for his own TV show. But don't tell him I said it. And I'm also doing strong consideration of a move to TV myself. So I need the poly discount. It's gonna be all right. Okay. Thank you. Now let's go back to the Queen. Queen, speak into the mic, please. I can't hear you. I can't hear her. Can anybody else hear?
No.
No one can hear you. Oh, no, let me. I'm not going to touch it because I might mess it up. But let me just know the only Spanish piece I know. Vaya con Dios. That means go with God. So when you have a choice. When you look at the knob, you look at.
Can you hear me now? Hello?
Oh my God. Oh, yeah. I think the whole world can hear you now. The
She
whole
came in
world.
like
Came in like a gangster to me, like a New York bum rushing gangster.
Okay, I was saying, Jesús te ama, por favor, estén segura.
Who?
Jesús te ama means Jesus loves you, and por favor, estén segura means be safe.
Wow. So we're going international. It's fantastic. So let me go back to this. When you look at the TV, the knob, the remote, the Roku, the Apple, the podcast, the whatever it is that your iPad looking at, you have a choice of what you're going to do. And now you have choices what you should look at. You want to be like David in Psalms 103:1. He says, "My eyes shall not look upon any foul thing." So don't look at porn. Don't look at any other abnormal. Don't look at homosexual commercials. Turn it off. Yeah, turn it off and just go over to Positive Power and go and check out Paula G. Go and check out soon to be coming to you, Dr. Leroy McKenzie and the Bookathons. Just check out something positive that God would be proud of you because He's watching you, whether you know it or not. Oh my goodness! And that concludes another episode of Elevation Radio 1. Keep your heads up. Keep your heads up. Keep your heads up.
Amen.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.